Picture this. You bought your first sports bike a couple of years ago, be it the R15, the Gixxer 250 or even the RC200. But now it's been a couple of years and you want something more. You want to cross that sweet 300cc mark. You want to cross that magical 40 horsepower number. You want twin cylinders. What do we have here? The Yamaha R3 and the Aprilia RS 457, two bikes that we've absolutely enjoyed riding.
But Nishaad, are you serious? What's really there to compare in these motorcycles? Yeah? I mean, look at this gorgeous Italian motorcycle. It has more power, more features, and the best part is it's priced lower.
Okay, that bike sounds like the better deal on paper, but don't underestimate this. This is charming, this is slightly retro, it is a lot of fun. It has its own thing going on.
You really think so?
Yep.
Let's find out. But before that, what's the one main thing that people are looking for when they buy a sports bike like this?
As you can see from the two stupid smiles on our faces, fun was clearly had.
A lot of fun. Now this right here, it's super engaging. A combination of this aluminium chassis, this potent engine and those grippy tires, it's just so engaging to ride.
Oh, Pune ke Maverick Vinales. Chill bro, this is not the racetrack, these are the ghats on our roads. This is about having fun, not shaving seconds, and this is fun. Yes, in the real world that is quicker, but I was just right behind you in the real world, okay?
But I think you're having to make some compromises on this motorcycle.
What?
Those tires?
Okay, that I'll give to the Aprilia. Those Pro Dog Extreme, they are just nominal. These tires are okay. If you're coming to these ghats a fair bit, I would definitely recommend a tire upgrade because that would, really inspire a lot more confidence.
Okay, that and additionally, apart from being such a good package, this also gets the safety net of traction control, which makes this a safer motorcycle and a more modern motorcycle.
But this is a nice and easygoing motorcycle. It's very friendly. The power delivery is very linear. So it's not that I really miss traction control, dude. And what about the compromise that you make?
What compromise?
The riding posture, dude. It's committed. And the stiff suspension. What about both of them?
It is stiff when you're talking about, day-to-day life. But then when you come to roads like this, you want a motorcycle like this where you have good front-end feel just to attack corners in the most aggressive way possible.
Bro, these are Indian roads. We have some roads on a lot of bumps. Okay, I want this comfort. I want the practicality that the R3 has. This is a bit too stiff for me, especially for our weights. Mid-corner bumps, they can sort of unsettle the bike.
Yeah, maybe.
And bro, this engine, this twin-cylinder engine, it is nice and tractable. You can be in a gear higher, no worries. You can chug out of the corner very nicely.
Well, yeah, you can. But on this motorcycle, you have that healthy mid-range torque. And because of that, you can be in a higher, exit corners at the optimum speed.
Okay. Let's conclude this. We talked about having fun. Which bike is the more fun of the two? I think that again depends on you.
Yep.
If you want a relatively easygoing, friendly, linear but fast motorcycle, I think this is the one to go for.
But if you want to look like Jorge Martin dragging your elbows through the corners, this is surely your pick.
Okay, chal. In terms of sheer fun, this has the edge, a small edge, but an edge nonetheless. This one's not too far behind though, right behind it. But these are big capacity parallel twin engines. Where do you stretch their legs? Out on the highway. How's your bike?
Well, this is super fun on the highway, and that's because this is a 320cc motor and this is a 457cc motor. So while you're doing higher speeds, this just feels so relaxed and so much fun.
Bro, both can do 100 kmph easily in 6th gear, comfortably. That's more than enough for Indian roads. Tell me about the ergonomics, no? MotoGP inspired.
Yeah. Well, they are sporty, and that's what you want while you're cutting corners, man.
Bro, fun and all is okay. What about practicality? What about the suspension? You're riding behind me and you're just bouncing all over the place. You're never settled.
If I wanted good suspension, I'd have just bought an ADV. Yeah?
But comfort to chahiye na, practicality to chahiye na. Bro, look at this. comfortable upright ergonomics, suspension that's almost plush for a sports bike. What more do you want? Listen. If you want to spend even relatively longer times out on the highway, this is the better bike of the two, hands down.
Okay, I'll give it to you there. But unfortunately, these both motorcycles are going to spend most of their time in the urban jungle, yeah. And I think that's where we should head next.
Chalo?
Let's go.
Oof. The struggle is real in the city, man.
What struggle are you talking about, man? Like, I literally got stopped at every corner on the road. People were asking me about this bike just because of how cool it looks.
Bro, there's something called too much attention also. Also, tell me one thing. Can you park this bike anywhere in public? Because of the sheer attention it will get, people will come around and fiddle with it. That's the issue. Look at this. This looks so stealthy in this color scheme. So subtle, so nice. I can park it anywhere I want to without any issues.
Well, that's the problem. It's so subtle. From afar, it looks exactly like the R15.
ठीक है. See, anyway, looks are subjective. And us Indians quite like sport bikes as well. That is a bit more modern, this is a bit more retro. I think buyers will like both of them. But the highlight, it is this parallel twin engine. Creamy smooth, super linear, super tractable, low speeds, high gears, no issues at all. Very friendly, very nice to use. What do you have?
Now, as I said earlier, this motor, because of it being 457cc, it just feels like it's breathing more than that motor. That motor feels a little more strained. Although in the city, both are equally tractable. But I do think for quicker overtakes, on that you need to shift a gear down, whereas on this, it can do it in third gear all day long.
Bro, if that goes quicker, that has to stop quicker also, no? Look at this lever. The braking feedback is nice and immediate. That lever, there's nothing. And then there's suddenly a lot of bite. That's not ideal for like relatively inexperienced riders, no?
See, the thing is, at the initial, you don't have bite, but then you have really good bite. And in our test, this was able to stop quicker than that.
But see, how do you get good brake pads there? Aprilia asks you to pay. So more money. And listen, it's not just about getting there, no? It's about getting there comfortably, which is why I keep coming back to these ergonomics. Nice and upright, comfortable suspension. Both of these combine to give me a great experience. Ergonomically, I am sorted.
What Nishaad will not tell you is that the R3 is actually less comfortable for taller riders. While the upper body is positioned better than the RS, its lower body does feel cramped and there is less space to move around.
But you know what makes this a much easier motorcycle to ride in the city? Especially this light clutch action. I don't think you can say the same.
It's manageable. थोड़ा ज़्यादा मेहनत है, लेकिन it's manageable.
And I've also heard that you're having some problems with that switch gear on the left. What's that about?
So, for some reason, Yamaha has decided to switch the horn and the indicator button. It's a bit inconvenient to begin with, but you can get used to it, sort of.
What I get on this RS 457 is a really cool looking TFT screen, which you see on the larger RS models. And the switch gear, it's so nice and premium and good looking, and it has good tactile feedback as well.
Bro, see, features and all is fine, but this R3 is about the riding experience and not really the features. I'm honestly more than okay with it not having a lot of features. It gives this really nice old school retro-ish riding experience. I quite like it.
See, retro motorcycles are cool and all, even I agree with that. But nowadays in the modern motorcycles, what you get is these additional safety features, which are very important. So here you get 4 levels of traction control, 3 riding modes, and what I love the most is these TVS Pro Torque Extreme tires. All of these 3 things work together to give you a really safe and controlled riding experience.
Yeah, the tires of the R3, they are something that I would like to swap out. They are okay in the dry, not really good in the wet. But if you really want to exploit the full potential of this bike, a tire swap, that's definitely recommended.
So there, Nishaad, as I said it, this has better looks, more performance, more features, and it's priced lower. I think it's the winner.
Okay, and as I said, I don't think it's the end of the world for the R3. Yes, it's expensive, but it's easygoing, it's friendly, it's really easy to use. That is fun, but it's also extreme, and I don't think a lot of people would want to give up on the comfort and practicality factor. Secondly, this parallel twin engine, it is super reliable, it is bulletproof. Yamaha has proved that over the years. That's not unreliable, but remember that's coming out of factory that's never built a motorcycle before. Third, because this engine is so reliable and R3s are so rare, their resale values are incredible. So depreciation, you don't have to worry about that. And the fourth point is actually about Yamaha, something that I think you would like to tell.
Yeah, so I do have a friend that has a really old Yamaha FZ1 and he's still getting support from Yamaha dealerships for parts. So that's a really good thing. They do really care about their big bike owners.
Yep.
And I think the R3 is a great motorcycle. But what unfortunately they haven't been able to do is localize this product. If they were able to localize it and price it at this price point or even lower, it would be a really tough battle.
Even lower. Yeah, that's just us being greedy. But that would be a very interesting day because that would be an epic battle between these two bikes.
That day. But for now, the RS 457 is the clear winner.